First off, I just want to say, COVID. Secondly, can we agree to stop blaming 2020? This year has not been all that bad. Yes, I know there's been a pandemic. Yes, I'm aware that many of you have probably struggled financially, lost your jobs, possibly lost your insurance. I understand. But we are also very blessed in the fact that we were able to concentrate on things that mean more to us than financials. For example, your family. A lot of us probably got time to spend with our family that we've never had before. A lot of us probably had time away from our jobs that we've never had before. So can we just be thankful? I'm sorry for being so hype, but I'm just over it. I'm tired of people complaining. I just want to focus on the good now. Personally, I've had some bad things happen to me this year. Unfortunately, I lost my grandfather. I knew it was going to happen. You know, people don't live forever, and he had a nice long life. I believe he was 89 years old, and even though I kind of knew it was going to happen, it didn't make it hurt any less. The last time I got to see my grandfather was in January of this year, and he was an amazing man. He walked me around his entire property. He showed me everything he owned. But one thing that really stood out to me was his photo albums. He had documented, and I mean well documented, pretty much everything in his life, and it really made me reflect on, the trips that I've taken in my past and how I've tried to document things and basically failed really bad at it. I have these two giant photo albums that I've never even really filled up. They're basically empty. So one thing that I definitely regret not documenting more of was, trips that I've taken in the past. I have this map of the United States hanging on my wall, and on it I've marked all the places that I've been. But truthfully, I really don't have pictures from a lot of these places. For example, I went to go see the Arch. I've got this little pamphlet here. But I never really took any really good photos or video of it. And now that I'm doing this YouTube thing, I feel like I really have no excuse. So that's something I'm really going to be working on in the future. I want to make sure that, I'm accurately documenting things so that way I can share my experiences, my memories with other people in the future the way that my grandfather shared them with me. I share that story with you guys because I recently took a trip to St. Louis so I could see the Arch and get some better pictures. I'd been up in the Arch before. I didn't do it again this time because I'm terrified of heights, but I did get some nice quality pictures. I did also get to walk along the Mississippi River. And I also got to go to the zoo. It was a nice little trip and I had a lot of fun.
Hold up, did you just say you were traveling?
Yeah, I did, but I also took precautions to try and protect myself and others. For example, I didn't fly and feel comfortable flying. I drove 10 hours from Texas to Missouri. The route was scenic. Even though it was raining the whole 10-hour drive, I still enjoyed it, except for when I got to Oklahoma. And let me explain to you guys, for those of you who might not have driven on the highway a lot, here in Texas the speed limit is 80, it's just pedal to the metal. Then I got into Oklahoma and it slows down to 60. No big deal. We're just going to chill, right? You're just going to have a nice little drive. Yeah, until you realize that, you're just barreling through a town where the speed limit suddenly changed to 35 and you've got a police officer with a radar in your face. And he's like, trust me, this happens quite often in Oklahoma. You'll just be on the highway and then all of a sudden you're in a small little town. So that goes on for 2 hours while you're in Oklahoma, by the way. I did not enjoy my drive through Oklahoma. I will say that when I actually got to Missouri, it was beautiful. They've got all those winding roads and all the trees had their fall colors. I very much enjoyed it. Driving is a lot of fun because you get to see things that you wouldn't usually see if you were flying. For example, I got to see a US mail truck. I got to drive alongside a train, and it was kind of cool because I could tell that I was moving faster than the train was. Also, depending on the time of day, you might get some really nice views of the landscape, or the beautiful sky, things of that nature. It can be really relaxing. Also, with the holidays coming up, I don't necessarily want to be encouraging you guys to travel, but let's be real, you're gonna do whatever you want to do, despite my opinions on the matter. So if I can do anything, I just want to encourage you guys to be smart about the situation. Maybe don't gather with your entire family, and especially not people who are elderly or at risk. Maybe leave Nana out of it, If you can hear a lot of planes in the background, it's because I live close to the airport and it's the day before Thanksgiving and there's just plane after plane after plane taking off. I'm sure that you guys can probably hear this. You hear these planes. So, yeah, if you guys are going to travel during a pandemic, just be aware that things might not be the same as to what you're accustomed to. For example, here in Texas, it's been mandated that you have to wear a mask in my county, for months. But when I traveled through states like Oklahoma, it was actually rare for me to see somebody wearing a mask. I got a couple of odd looks, when I go into the gas station to grab like a snack or whatever. Pretty much it's all I did was stop, get a snack, and get gas because I was terrified to be around all these people who are unmasked. So I understand if you guys are stir crazy. I understand if you miss your family. If you're gonna be gathering in groups, just be smart about it. Wear a mask, wash your hands, try to socially distance. There are always activities that you can participate in that are outdoors. For example, when I went to the zoo, a lot of the exhibits were outdoors, and if they were indoor exhibits, everything was one way, so you didn't have to constantly be bumping into people. You were able to maintain a distance from others. Let's just try to do our part.
The Caribbean flamingo is the only flamingo to naturally inhabit North America. During April and May, Caribbean flamingos breed in colonies that contain thousands of individuals.